Do you want me to tell her the address?
Did she do record yes?
Yeah, yesterday too.
Okay, perfect. So we are set.
Do you want to tell her the address?
No, no. I will
She's
call
watching.
her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guru Brahma Rup Jano. Guru Brahma Rup Jano. Shiv ka swarup mano. Guru Brahma Rup Jano, Shiv ka swarup mano. I'm saying in Hindi or French? Hindi, right? Guru Brahma Rup Jano, Shiv ka swarup mano. Guru ke saman nahi, दूसरा जहान में. गुरु के समान नाही, दूसरा जहान में. गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो. पाप से बचावे गुरु, ज्ञान को सिखावे गुरु. पाप से बचावे गुरु, ज्ञान को सिखावे गुरु. ब्रह्म से मिलावे गुरु, तुरीय पर ज्ञान में. ब्रह्म से मिलावे गुरु, तुरीय पर ज्ञान में. गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो. यह श्रुति वेद कहता, गुरु बिना ज्ञान कैसा. यह श्रुति वेद कहता, गुरु बिना ज्ञान कैसा. ज्ञान बिना मुक्ति कैसे, आवे तेरे ध्यान में. ज्ञान बिना मुक्ति कैसे, आवे तेरे ध्यान में, गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो, छल कपट त्याग दीजे, गुरु जी की सेवा कीजे, छल कपट त्याग दीजे, गुरु जी की सेवा कीजे, सद्गुरु की शरण लीजे, खेलिए मैदान में, सद्गुरु की शरण लीजे, खेलिए मैदान में, गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो, गुरु के समान नहीं, दूसरा जहान में, गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्त जनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् Ambadvāmanusantadāmi Bhagavad-gīte bhavatveṣinīm Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sanga Padakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita-tadghatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino Yasyantam na vidussura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Yesterday we saw towards the end the qualification of a man of perfection. While giving that first qualification of a man of perfection, Sri Krishna said, he who has given up desires born out of his mind and able to abide, stay in one's own self, such an individual is considered to be the man of perfection. Prajahadiyada-kāman sarvän-pärtha mano-gatän ätmany-evätmanä sthita-prajïas-tadocyate. In our life, we need a goal that is inspiring us for us to have interest in life. In your professional world, you have some professional goals. I want to expand my business to become another organization or another business establishment, another line of business, more money, more houses, save for the rainy day, save for my retirement, save for my children. So in the material world, we do have our own goals. And we work hard for those things, all right? Nothing wrong. But at the personal level also, we should have a long-term goal. A long-term goal for the soul. Not for the individual you, husband of somebody, wife of somebody, parents of someone. This life that we have presently, where we have surrounded by our own people, parents, children, family members. Towards them we have certain responsibilities, commitments, duties. Yes, we need to make sure that we fulfill that, no doubt about it. But if one considers that alone his life, he is in for a great disappointment. For such an individual who is working hard for making sure that his own people, family members, others are taken care, they are given what they need, etc. Ultimately one finds that I have not achieved anything for myself. Oh, this happens unfortunately only when one gets retired, when everybody is busy with their own life. Suddenly one finds, what is that I have? What is that I have achieved for myself? With all the comforts and conveniences, one may still be miserable. Our Gurudev used to say, in a poor country, people are unhappy uncomfortably. In advanced countries, people are unhappy comfortably. So, what we find is, with all the conveniences and comforts, still we are not happy with ourselves. So the long-term goal is for the soul. Short-term goal for the individual jiva, individual being, individual soul. So this needs to be clearly understood. That is the reason why moksha, liberation, is for the soul. Freedom is for the soul, and comfort and conveniences, name, fame, power, position, etc. for the individual being conditioned in the body. So this is the vision of the rishis. That is why they say that even if you have accomplished your personal immediate goals, but do not lose sight of the vision of existence. Somewhere I read a beautiful statement, vision is the art of seeing that which is invisible. Vision is the art of seeing that which is invisible. Eyes have vision, but they see what is visible. But the vision of life is that which you should be able to see, that which is invisible. Gurudev Swami Chindananda was to say, you must have such a goal, you will be never able to reach there. That alone sustains you to keep going. If you have a goal which is easily attainable, then you get bored afterwards. This is what happens to most of us. The moment you retire, you become senior citizen. What is senior? You have wanting to see everything near. Senior. And Shankaracharya says in Bhajagovindam, when your physical body has no more ability to earn money and sustain the family, you are not wanted anymore. Vayasigatekaha kama vikara. The mind cannot, even if it entertains all the desire, all the various desires, it cannot fulfill it. So he says, if a person has become useless, unproductive in the world, then people don't need him, such a person. And that is the time one realizes, I have not moved forward at all. That is why in the Hindu culture they have given the 4 stages. Brahmacharya, you learn. Grihastha or householder position, or the stage where you earn. So first is to learn, next is to earn. The third stage, when you enter the golden years, it is said that the moment you see the face of your first grandchild, quit. Quit means what? Meaning, give the responsibilities to your children and you should start the next stage of life. The stage of life being exclusively for personal spiritual goals. And the 4th stage is where you are living in meditation. Only pursuit of life is to stay in one's own being. That's what he says here. An individual who has understood the moksha as, or liberation as, the highest goal, all other things become secondary only. Ätmany-evätmanä, staying in one's own self by the self. Here, staying in one's own supreme presence of God with all the faculties, the mind, with all the avenues and the activities of life, focus upon only that. So, in life we need a goal to be clearly portrayed so that we can move towards that. Our life becomes interesting only when we have something to look forward and move forward. We may not achieve in this life itself, but it doesn't matter. At least keep something to go. Otherwise, everyday life becomes just the same routine of doing the same thing over and over again. So, what will make our life very interesting is the goal of life that is most inspiring, not easily achievable, that keep us engaged in improving ourselves in everyday life, in all aspects of our life, to move forward. That is why he has given the beautiful portrayal of who is the man of perfection. What is the lakshana of sthita-prajঞা? What is the quality of a man of perfection? One place I was visiting somebody's house, and I was invited for having dinner there. After I reached there, this lady started cooking. So I was very hungry. Sitting there, I didn't know what to do, and I was looking around. There was a newspaper, and I started reading all those things. And there was a beautiful picture on a table. A nice scenery. was there. There's some mountains and then some water there, trees and plants and then birds and sky, blue sky. I wanted to have a closer look at it, and so I picked up that picture and it crumpled into pieces. It was a zigzag puzzle. Kept it clean because I didn't know that. I just picked up, it all went into pieces. Oh my. OMG. What do I do now? So I looked around, anybody is watching, nobody, so I just put all of them in a small container and then, that doesn't work. Suddenly a voice. I turned around, a young boy was standing, 10-year-old. What did you do? I didn't do anything. You messed up this, my work. 1 hour I worked on it and you have messed it up. Put it together. Then only you will get your dinner. Mom, until Swami finishes it, don't give him. Oh my, what do I do now? I said, okay, you do one thing. Please give me the original picture so that I can look at it and then put the pieces together. No, I don't have a picture. Now what do you do? What do you do? First thing you should do is to fix the corners. If you get to play that, because corners are of the particular shape, right? So fix the corners. I did that. Then I closed my eyes and visualized what I was seeing, what I saw before it got messed up. There was some beautiful blue sky, and then the tree here, and then there's some mountains there, and then the river was there, and then some birds. So slowly it took an hour or so for me to finish the whole thing. Finally finished. So I said, now, see, done. Very good, Swamiji. Yeah, you are ready for dinner. He says, please. Suddenly that boy came and messed up again, the whole thing. What did you do? He said, now, Swami, do it from the back. Meaning, everything should be from the back side you start assembling, where you cannot see the picture. At least when the picture is seen, you can assemble it properly, because the blue sky is another one similar color, and then you can go on. From the back side, it's all black paper. How do you assemble? And even if you assemble, what happens? I can't do it. You should do it. Otherwise, oh my God, no food for me. Is it okay? I put the whole thing upside down, reverse, and then I started assembling. It assembled all right. But only when I turned it around, I found nothing made sense. Half of the board on one side, half of the board was here. Tree, one part was there, and branch was somewhere else. And between the river, there is a sky also. And the mountain, half of it on the other side. So the boy said, now you know why you should have the vision of a picture. That's what told me. I said, I understand. Now that triggered my thought. Is it not true? Our life is a mess if we don't have a vision. We don't know what we are doing. We go on doing what others do. We go on doing what every day we do it. But only when you have the clear picture about what you are doing, then everything will cohesively work. Otherwise, you may do so many things only to find out nothing makes sense. Therefore, the scriptures are telling us to have vision of life. And Sri Krishna here in the 18 verses in the last part of 2nd chapter says, this is what you need to do. First thing is, make sure that you understand the limitation of desires. Desires are born out of unhappiness. A condition of the mind where it is not satisfied with itself, it projects the idea of happiness on something and wanting to get that, wanting to accomplish that. And because of the desire, action. And action may probably bring the desired result, may not bring the desired result. When it brings the desired result, you continue to do the same thing again and again. If it doesn't, then you blame yourself, blame the world, and become depressed and dejected, disappointed. There is an endless cycle that goes on and on. So then, Krishna concludes the second chapter by saying to Arjuna, therefore you must have the highest vision of life. You understand? So Arjuna was very happy. Now we are entering into the third chapter. This second chapter which we concluded is known as Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means a clear vision of knowledge. Sankhya means samyak jayate, that which is clearly explained. So in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has clearly explained what is the highest goal of life, who is the person who has achieved that, his qualification, and you must have the vision of that perfection. Having said this, Arjuna, he looked at Arjuna and smiled. Now Arjuna looked at him and said, you know, you have spoken very well about the highest vision of life. I understand. Moksha, liberation, freedom, nirvana is considered to be the highest vocation of life. I understand. If that is the case, why should I fight? I can also go to a solitary place or go to a teacher, learn how to meditate or how to give up desires, how to make sure that I have a vision of life, and then sit and improve myself. Why should I engage in this terrible war? Very pertinent question. You may all ask this question. Swamiji, if all of them become sannyasi, how nice it would be. Right? Maja, do nothing, keep on talking every day, morning and evening, and have a nice bhiksha. Everybody can do that. So why not we do that? Many people think that Swamis do nothing. They do only this. One person, and after I was introduced in one particular occasion like that, one boy came to me and said, Swamiji, what was your name when you were normal? They think we are such a brand of people who are abnormal. Yeah, that's what people think. One lady came to me and said, you know, my second son is such a useless fellow. Can you make him a Swami? I felt so bad. You meant to say those people who are good for nothing become Swami. So, Arjuna says, why not I do this? I go to a solitary place and then sit there and meditate and go to a guru and learn from him. That's it. Why am I to fight in this war? Jayasi chet karmanaste madha buddhir janardana tat kim karmani gore mam niyojayasi kesava. Why are you putting me into this terrible war where I have to fight with my own people? Why should you do anything? You will also ask the same question. Why should you be a husband? Why should I be a wife? Why should I be a parent? Why should I do all these things? If our scriptures are saying highest goal of life is to become free, then why should I do all these things? Has that question arose in your mind any time? At least looking at a Swami, what a wonderful life. Why not that? Have you asked that question to yourself? No. I am very sad. You didn't ask the question. See, when you are standing in front of a running river and want to see your own face, is it possible? Want to see your own face in a running river? Is it possible? Why not? Why not? Because the movement of the water will not give you the reflection of your face. A stagnant water, probably yes. A stagnant water can probably show your face much clearer than a running water. Let us say there is a stagnant water that is right in front of you, but it is full of mud. Can you see your face? You may see, but nothing which is clear. You may see some form is there. So there are two conditions that are necessary for the river to be a media of reflection of your face. One, stillness. Second, purity. Clean it should be, and it should be still. Then you can see your own face there. Krishna says, Arjuna, I told you about the highest liberated condition of a person. But to reach there, you must achieve two things in your mind: purity and clarity, which leads to stillness. Purity and stillness, which is coming out of clarity. You have been informed about the highest goal of life and you are very impressed, but you are not qualified. Why? Because you have not overcome your desires. And just staying away from this place of work or your field of action does not create purity of mind. So therefore he says, you'll see the next verse. Na karmanam anarambat naishkarmyam purushošnute na ca sanyasanadeva siddhim samadi gacchati. One does not obtain freedom from work by abstaining from it, nor does he obtain fulfillment just by renunciation. Karmana anarambhat. Arambha means to start, undertake. Anarambhat, not undertaking. Na karmanam anarambhat. Naishkarmyam, actionlessness you will ever obtain. Not just sanyasanadeva, not by just giving up your work, you will ever gain the highest perfection. It is indeed true that every one of us are engaged in action from morning till evening. I have told you this before also. Krishna says, Nahi kaçcit kshanam abhijadu tishtati akarmakrit. Not a single moment we can remain without action. Why action? What prompts you to act? Desire. Think about it. If you have no desire, you will not act on that. So every time, every moment, we are prompted by our own desires and therefore we engage in action. Not a single moment we can remain quiet. So therefore, not doing, not working does not mean no desire. Please understand that. By removing the effect, cause is not removed. Most of the treatment that people give today in the medical world is a symptomatic treatment. They don't go to the cause of it. If you want to work on the cause of a problem, it will take its own time. Because anything that is coming up as effect is nothing but cause which is hidden there somewhere. So when you stop acting, just because you saw a guru or a teacher sitting there quietly like Buddha, everybody's house nowadays, Buddha is there. It's very impressive. Babaji, when I look at the Buddha, I feel like sitting there. Okay, what happens to your mind? You may physically sit like that, but mentally you are not. Once our Gurudev took a lot of people, when very early stage of his mission of teaching this Gita, he used to take people to different places. So once he took people to a place called Bodh Gaya. Anybody have been to Bodh Gaya? Where Lord Buddha sat down under the tree and meditated and got enlightened. So he went there and then people said, Swamiji, we want to go to the place where Buddha was meditating, the tree under the tree where he got enlightened, we would like to go and see. He said, okay, go and see. Everybody went there and after some time they came back. Gurudev asked him, Kuch gaya? Did anything happen to you? Just because you go and sit under the same tree where Buddha also sat down, nothing will happen to you. Huh? It is not because he sat under the tree he got enlightened. When he got enlightened, he happened to sit under the tree. It is not the tree that gave him enlightenment. Is it so? So let us say you are a tennis player. You play well, not because of the dress that you wear. Is it so? When I wear the dress, I will be winner. How can that be? Then everybody who wears the dress will be a winner. So just because he sat under the tree, he did not become enlightened. When he got enlightened, he happened to sit under the tree. In the same way, just because a person is taken to renunciation does not mean that he is pure in the mind. So merely running away from work, that's why he says, karmana anarambha. By not working, you will not conquer desire. Shankaracharya says beautifully in Bhajavana, Jadilo mundi lunjita keshaha kashayambara bahukruta veshaha Pashyanna vichana pashyati mudaha yudara nimittam bahukruta veshaha. Just because one is wearing a dress of a sannyasin, he will not be able to see what is supposed to be seen. He is doing that only to fill his belly. It become a profession nowadays. To be a Swami is a profession. Like a doctor, lawyer, engineer, businessman, sannyasi. It has also become a profession. So just because a person has renounced does not mean his mind is pure. So Arjuna, you are running away from the battlefield now, not doing your work does not mean your desire will end. You may sit in a solitude under a very lonely place, sit down. Oh, useless fellow Arjuna. Duryodhana has taken all my properties. Useless. He should be killed along with Karna. Oh. Because your revenge and anger against that fellow is not yet gone. Your concern and care about your own people is not yet gone. Your anger about 12 and 12 plus or 13 years you have been thrown out of your country is not yet gone. You may run away from this battlefield. That does not mean your mind is become quiet. One person, he was taken a lot of money and he could not pay back to his people. He had a wife and children, and one day he decided to quit and break sannyas. He ran away from his family. And he went to Himalayas. And when he went there, one sannyasi was there. He looked at him, one sadhu. Poor fellow, he came all the way from somewhere in India. So let him give him some place. So he gave him one place. He's sitting there. And he provided him some food for a few days. And then he told him, now you are all by yourself, you cannot depend on me. And you can, meditate, etc. And then go to the village and ask for food and they will give, and then you can sustain your life. Because there in the Himalayan caves, there is no other, professional work or anything. You just sit, contemplate and read the scriptures and meditate. Even now that is a tradition. So one day after he woke up in the morning and he saw all his clothes that he brought were all eaten away by the rats, which are living in that cave area. He was very annoyed and unhappy. So he went to the other sadhu and said, all my clothes which I brought all are eaten away by rats. What do I do? He said, that happens here. There is a lot of rats. I'll give you more clothes, one more set you take. But you also keep a cat with you, so that rats will not come. So I have extra cat if you want. So When he was meditating, cat was next to him. But what so happened, the cat was not fed properly because it needs a regular taking care of, right? Milk and everything. So it went away one day. Again the rat came and then ate away his clothes. He went back to the sadhu and said, again I have the same problem, cat went away, rat came and ate. He said, simple, you have not feeding the cat. So when you are going for begging, ask for more milk for the cat also, then it will be alright, it will stay. So I said, I have to ask for milk for people and they will give me food. That itself is great thing. And I said, please give me milk for my cat also. This is ridiculous. Okay, if that is the case, I will give you a cat, but also a cow. All that you need to do is, whenever you have time, you go and take the cow to graze, around here and there. And so it will eat, because a lot of grass everywhere it's growing, so it will eat and then come back and then you can milk it and give to the cat, and you can also have some. Okay. To the cat and the cow. Every day morning he has to go and take the cow and then graze here and there and then bring it back and then milk the cow. And then the cow used to put all the cow dung etc. there and here and clean it up and all this. He said, I came here for meditating or the cleaning the cow. And then all the mosquitoes, because of the cow dung. And every day he has to go. He went to the sadhu. See, I have a problem. What problem? The cow is all right and the milk is there and then cat is now there and rat problem is solved. Cat problem is solved. But the cow problem is there. What's the problem? I have to take care of this cow. That's too much work. He said, okay, I have a village girl nearby. I will send her to you. She will take care of the cow, cat, you. Girl came. Within a year or two, they have children also came out. Now he left the samsara there, only to create another samsara. Isn't it? Hey, wherever you go, if your mind is full of desire, then there you create the samsara. Where do you go? If you may run away from one problem, but you create another problem somewhere else. Our Gurudev used to say, when you people came away, in US you say, you people came away from India. So Indian problems are solved, but St. Maarten problem started. Don't think you can ever escape from any of these things. So long as the mind has desires, the problem will continue to be with you. So Arjuna, by not not fighting, you mean to say your mind has become quiet? Will it ever become? Karmanam anarambhat, by not doing work, na naishkarmyam ashnude purushaha. Actionless state of mind, stillness is not reached by just not doing your work. If that is the case, every one of us are pure, most pure while sleeping, is it not? Because we are not Rakshasas at that time. That's why when you go to sleep, the whole world is at peace. Everybody is at peace. Because the Rakshasa, the demon in you is sleeping. This is a sleeping angel, right? Only when you get up, you know what angel he is or she is. So when you are sleeping, it is not that you became a better person or a good person. Only thing is your atrocities, your negativities are not expressed. Mind does not become pure because you went to sleep. So not working does not make you perfect. Secondly, by running away from workplace, sannyas, that also doesn't assure you that you will become pure. Not just sannyasana. Because ask the question, why you are not working? Is it out of fear? Fear of consequence? Afraid to face the situation? Or unsure about yourself? Whether you will win or lose? So, your sannyasa or renunciation should not be an escapism. No escapist should be allowed to be a sannyasa. one who has seen the benefit of it and has to a larger extent given up what he wanted to pursue any further, knowing the limitation of it. And such a person is going to be tested by the Guru, and then only such a person is qualified to take up renunciation. In another word, renunciation is not an action, it is a growth. Just like your own children, when they were young, they had these, they have this teddy bear and these things and toys and other things they were playing with. But once they reach the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, is it not naturally they have no fancy about all these things? And they start working on games and the electronic and the shooting games and other things. They have given up all their toys, but this one become, what is that called? You all know that, what is that? Huh? Xbox. After that also they leave motorcycles. Shankaracharya says, Balastavat-kridasaktaha. When you are a young boy or girl, you are so attached to your games. And then Tarunastavat-taruni-saktaha. When you become a boy, you are not anymore games. It's all about dames. I am not saying, he said that. You are behind ponytail and cocktails. When you become old, either you have interest in games or in ponytails and cocktails, you are only worried about your own thoughts. I should not have done that. I should not have married him. Made a mistake. I should not have taken that profession. I should not have done all that I should have, should not have, could not have. So, by not engaging in work, you are not going to attain perfection. Not by running away to renunciation, you will ever become pure in your mind. So, Krishna cautions to all of us, don't hastily run away from your field of work. Grow out of it. Growing out means when your goals are higher and higher, you see the insignificance of what you are doing. Just like the child when it grows up, from the toys to the games to the friends and other things, and you move on. As you move on in your field of interest, the other things will just drop off. Because you've gone beyond what the other things can provide. Not that the toys cannot give joy. It can give joy to his sister and brother, which are younger. Probably. But for him, anymore, not necessary. Some of them still go back and hold on to the teddy bear. And I know. Oh, my teddy bear. How many old? 40-year-old, still the teddy bear. Without that, I cannot sleep. The attachment is there. So then one has to grow beyond those fields of interest, then alone one is said to have maturity. So Arjuna, by just not fighting or running away out of fear, you are not going to become a man of perfection. Then Arjuna asks, if that is the case, what should I do? Should I fight the war? Yes. How? He says in the next verse, Tasmad asakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Therefore, tasmad, satatam, always, karyam karma asaktaha kuru. Do your duties with detachment. Asakto hi acharan, by performing actions with detachment, a purushaha, a person, paramapnoti, and achieves the supreme. Now you see, in second chapter itself, Krishna gives the law of action. He gives 4 principles. He says, when you grow up to become an adult, you can choose your work. What you want to do is it not? Every one of us, according to our qualification, according to our interests and the inclinations, opportunities that are available, we can choose what we want to do. In today's world, you have so many different fields of choices. Karmani-evätmanä. Adhikara means qualification. Karmani, in action. So you can choose the way, the action or the field of action you want to engage in. Don't you have that choice? Now, to come here or not to come here, is it your choice or not? No, Swamiji, my wife said, if we want to celebrate Valentine's Day, I have to come to. To come here or not to come here is your choice. To eat what food you want to eat, of course, most of the time it is not okay. But anyway, you have a choice. Which dress you want to wear, you have a choice. Don't you have that choice? So, in everyday's life, we have many choices, as I explained to you 2 days back also about that. In action, we have choice. What are the choices that are available to us? First is to do or not to do. Any action, we have choice of doing or not doing. Secondly, to do it rightly or not rightly. But also choice we have. Third choice, to do it wholeheartedly or half-heartedly or quarter-heartedly. That choice also we have. So to do or not to do. To do it in the right way or not in the right way. To do it with mindfully or casually. These choices you have or not. You are not saying anything. You have or not? Yes. So, that is first thing. Karmani-evätmanä. You have choice over what to do. To do or not to do. To do it rightly or not to do it rightly. To do it with mindfully, with wholeheartedly, or do it with half-heartedly. These choices you have. All right, leave that first. Secondly, even if you plan very well your action with all the various parameters that are there which needs to be fulfilled to complete that action, even when you do it, the result you cannot decide. You can choose your results. Can you? I am talking to you with an intention to convey some idea. Whether you are understanding or not is not my choice. At the end of the talk, if I ask you, did you really understand what I spoke for 1.5 hours? I am speaking for the past 1.5 hours, that is a 1.5 hours. At the end of, okay, tell me what I said today. You may say in 2 seconds and move away. Why? Because your mind, I cannot decide. Whether you should be attentive or not, it's not my decision. In the same way, any action, you may do it well with all interest, with all mindfulness, with all intention of good, bringing the best out of it, yet the result need not be the way you think. If all of us are able to get all the results that we want, there will not be any failure at all. Actions don't decide results. Action alone does not decide results. There are various parameters that are there, known and unknown. That will decide the result. So then Krishna says, so first one is choose your action. Second, know that you cannot choose your results. Third, When the results come favorably or unfavorably, don't become a victim of your results. Meaning, if they are favorable, don't be proud. If they are unfavorable, don't get disappointed. Mate sangostu. He says, karmani-evätmanä ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbu. Don't become an agent of the result of action, meaning don't become a disappointed if you don't get the right one. Don't get proud when you get what you want. Both of them are the extremes that will make you out of balance. The fourth one he says, as you know that you cannot choose the results, that does not mean you should stop working. Mate sangostu akarma. Four things. Choose your actions. You cannot choose your results. And if the results are not favorable to what you think, don't get disappointed. Don't stop working. This is the secret of karma yoga. Karmani yoga. Now, the first one, let us look at carefully. Choose your actions. When I choose my action, there are two things I told you, to do or not to do, right? In this context, you must understand that there are certain things, certain actions you cannot but do. You have no choice. They are called duties. Somebody asked me, Swami, as a husband, what is my duty? You're asking the wrong person, I told him. No, tell me something. What is the duty of husband? Is it husband means jiska hasna band ho gaya? Anyway, that's not your mind. Now, what is the duty of a husband? I said, should I tell you about that? A duty is that other than you, nobody can do that. That is called duty. You cannot say to your wife, you know, I'm going out for 5 days. Let somebody else be husband for you for 5 days. Can you do that? Yes. That which you and you alone can do it. You as a son of your parent, what is your duty? Being a son of your parent is your duty. Being a husband of your wife is your duty. Being a wife of your husband is your duty. Being a parent of your children is your duty. To take care of them, to protect them, to give education. All those things that are there, which has responsibility, it is your kartavya karma. Kartavya means to be done. Over that, you have no choice. All other things you have choice. To go to a movie or not to go to a movie is not a duty. It's a duty. Gee, what to do? Every day I have to see a movie. It's a duty. It's not a duty. It's a pleasure. It's a desire. It's a kamya karma. It's an action born out of a desire, not a necessity. To eat is a duty. What to eat is not, what is an unknown prescription based upon your health. Every day, Swami, I have to have ice cream. That's not a duty. So this is clearly mentioned in our Shastra. Kartavya, to be done. Kamya, meaning choicefully, you may do it, you may not do it. And then Nishiddha means which you are not supposed to do. Destroying others' property, taking away the wealth from somebody else, which is there in all scriptures. Telling a lie, cheating others, killing others. All those things are nishiddham, meaning not to be done. So, kartavya, what is to be done, kamya, what can be choicefully, I may do it, I may not do it. Third one, what should not be done. Now, with respect to the kartavya, what is to be done, you have no choice. Whether you like it or not, you should do it. Why it is so? Because that will purify your mind. That will make your mind pure. How? Because you do it, whether you like it or not, as a dedication to the cause. You are a husband, you are a wife, you are a parent, you are whatever you are. You do it because I have committed to do that. Even if I don't like it, I will do it and I offer it to something higher than me. Call it God. I am doing for God's sake. When you do it as an offering to the Lord who created you, who has given you whatever you have right now, then that duty becomes a means to purity. You lose your ego in that. You lose your personal ambition in that. You lose your personal agenda in that. You don't expect results out of it. Many of the women will say, every day I am going to prepare breakfast and lunch. What have I got in my life? That is your duty. Do it as a dedication to God. Tell your husband, I am not doing it for you, I am doing it for Bhagavan. For the Lord I am doing it. For my purity I am doing it. Don't tell him, he will feel very unhappy about it. So when I undertake an action which I may not like or may like, when I do it as an offering to God, that action which is done without expecting, without any result out of it, becomes a means to purity. Mind becomes clean, ego is not there, no expectations, no disappointments. इतना काम कर रहा हूँ, कोई thanks भी नहीं कहते हैं. You are expecting thanks because you are, that is, then it becomes kamya karma. Then it becomes a desirable action. Why? Because you are expecting a result out of it. Our Gurudev Swami Chindanti used to tell us, to talk to people, to educate them with the knowledge is your kartavya. Whether you like it or not, you should do that. Because this is the way you purify your mind. So, tasma asakta sadatam. Therefore, Arjuna, always asakta, unattached. Unattached from what? From your own personal likes and dislikes. Detached from your expectation of results. Karyam karma kuru. Do your duty. So, you as a soldier here, standing in front of me, what is your duty? Be a king, be a soldier, fight the war. Whether you like it or not is secondary. What is the result? It is tertiary. Primary thing is, do the work. As I said, if the mind is impure, it's like the water that is muddy, you cannot see yourself. So if you say that, oh, I don't want to do any of this, I will sit in meditation, what are you going to see? The muddy mind. Mind which is full of impurities, that's what you will experience, and you will run away from it. Why? Because the mind, when it is not pure, when you sit for meditation, it will bring out all the vulgarities of your mind. Many people come and say, Swamiji, when I sit down for meditation, so many things, oh my God, what I never thought is coming to my mind. I say to them, my dear, it is your mind. What can I do for it? It is your mind has got all those things. If in your cupboard you have stuffed so many things and without knowing or knowingly, after some years when you open it, what will come out of it? Whatever you stuffed. In the same way, knowingly or unknowingly, you have entertained so many thoughts in your head. When you sit down quietly, it will come out. Just like the beautiful, the example that is given when the churning of the Milky Ocean took place. You may know that story. When the Devatas and the Rakshasa, when they started churning the Milky Ocean, what came out first? The poison. Isn't it? The same thing happens to our head. First will come out all the vulgarities, all the negativities, all the unwanted memories. Patiently wait and call for Shiva. He is the only person who can take it. What others don't want, he will take it. Snake, poison, blood, skeleton, smashan, bhasma. Nobody wants it. I will take it. So, all that which is there in the surface of your personality, which are none other than your own, all the negativities will come. Don't be afraid. You see, all precious things are deep inside of you. Isn't it? Gold or diamond or all the precious things. They are not on the surface of your earth or water. Deep inside. So once you start tuning your mind, what will come at the beginning is all the useless things. And you continue to proceed on and you suddenly find the precious jewels of beautiful virtues. So when your mind is impure, obviously that impurity will be experienced by you. To overcome this impurity, prepare yourself by engaging in actions which you are supposed to do with no expectations. Continue. Offer it to the higher self. Tasmad asakta sadadam karyam karma samachara, and do it well. There is another point. When it is because your duty, don't do it half-heartedly. Do it with all love, with all full mindfulness and with all intention, with purity of motive. If you do that, asakto hi acharan karma, when you do it that way, paramapnoti purushana. And so, karma yoga is to purify the mind, meditation is to still the mind. The water that is moving has to be first cleaned up. Once the water is cleaned up, then when it becomes still, you will see yourself. So a moving water, clean water, still you cannot see. A still water which is impure, still you cannot see. It has to be clean and still. Cleaning takes place in karma and stillness comes in meditation. That's why he says, please engage in your action which is supposed to be done by you and overcome your own impurities. Arjuna, therefore, don't hastily go for renunciation because you will yourself suffer out of this. Because your mind being impure, when you sit for meditation, you cannot meditate on it. Now, Arjuna would ask, what is my duty to Lord Krishna? How do I decide my duty? What are the parameters with which I can decide what my duty is? As I said, first criteria is that which you alone can do. That's your duty. Being a husband, being a wife, being a parent, being a son, being a daughter. Now, this is about personal relationships. What about my work at wherever I am working? I am working in some with a profession. How do I decide what is my duty? Whatever the boss says. How do I even choose my profession? Many people ask this question. What is my niche? How do I choose my profession? Nowadays, we go by what is trendy. That's my profession. But sometimes you will find that your heart is not in that. Because you are not feeling at ease with that. Now you see, here in the next verse he says, Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtitat swadharme nidanam shreyah paradharmo vayavahah. He says swadharma and paradharma. Swa means one's own. Dharma means field of action to be done righteously. Paradharma means it is not your field of action. It may be good. There was a person, a sadhu, who was meditating. This story comes in Mahabharata. He was sitting under a tree and then meditating for a long period of time, for many years. He did not eat much because he was intensely doing tapas. After some time, he woke up. And there was a crow which was crying constantly. Cry, cry, cry. And it was disturbing him. He was really upset about this crow unnecessarily crying. He looked at the crow and said, "Drop dead," he said. And lo and behold, that crow dropped dead. He was so shocked. You need to say, just I said and it happened? My tapas has become so powerful. I have become so powerful now. The moment I say something, it happens. Good boy, you've done good job. He patted himself, he got up. Now he is hungry. So there was a village there. Even there, the tradition in India is you must ask for food. Bhavati bhiksham dehi, meaning, may you please give me food. So the woman of the house, usually knowing that here is a man who is a saintly person, usually they give food. So he said, Bhavati bhiksham dehi. And it's a tradition that you can only ask 3 times. And you can have food only from 5 houses. 5 places you go, and even if the 5 houses nobody gives, starve. That's austerity. So there was no sound of any person coming out of this. 3 times he called no. 2nd house, no. 3rd house, no. 4th house, oh, he's very hungry. The 5th house, the last resort. Bhavati bhiksham dehi, no sound. So only 2 more times he can call. Bhavati bhiksham dehi, he sounded a little more. So there was a voice that came finally. One lady said, "Wait for some more time, I'm coming out." So he thought, how arrogant this lady is. I am a saint and I'm asking for food, she doesn't give. She doesn't know how powerful I am. So then after some time this lady came out and said, "Sorry that I delayed you, but don't think that I am like that crow." He was about to take the food and drop it. "What did you say?" I said, "Don't think I am like the crow which fell down dead." "How did you know?" CNN did not cover it. How did you know what happened in the forest? How do you know? She said, "I was busy taking care of my husband inside and you called for it. I could not come in the first shout. Second shout I replied, third shout I came to you. So what is your problem?" "No, that is not the thing. How do you know that the crow fell down dead?" "Oh, that one. I'll tell you one thing. You go to the next village, there is a butcher there. You go and ask him, what about why the crow fell down dead. But how does he know? Don't ask me. Go and ask him." It's such a mystery. Okay. He didn't even eat properly. He ate quite quickly and then he went to the next village. And as it was said, then there was a butcher was talking. So he went to this fellow is going to tell me. As soon as he reached that butcher, he didn't even look at him. So that lady sent you. He thought that, okay, the lady always sends somebody who's like, "Yes, about the crow." How do you know? Wait. So he went inside and then brought more meat and he was continuing quietly. And he was standing there. Please tell me. Wait. I'm telling you, wait. So the whole day went by. He was serving his customers and giving the meat and all those things. And he bought his stand, closed the shop. Come with me. So he went behind him. Reached the home and he said, you stay here outside. And went inside. For next 1 hour he didn't come out. Then he was restless. This fellow was, what's going on here? That lady doesn't see me. This fellow is making me wait. And he became a little angry. But he wanted to curse, but he was so afraid that these fellows are much more advanced than me. So, when finally the butcher came out, I was serving my parents, they were very bored. I was making sure that they have their food. They went to bed now. Okay, what's your question? What my question? How do you know, first of all, how this lady in the house knew about the crow that fell down by just my thought? How does she know about it? Secondly, how do you know about it? He said, how long you have been doing this tapas? How long you have been meditating? 5 years maybe. And what happened? So today when I woke up and there was a crow, this was crying, and then I looked at it, I thought myself it should fall down dead, and it fell down dead. Yes. And how you or that lady would know? You see, you did 5 years of tapas, correct? Yes. We have done 25 years of tapas. Our powers are much more than this. What 25? I never seen you nearby anywhere else where you're doing tapas. We did it on our own. What kind of a tapas? Serving our people. I was serving my parents. I was doing my duty of a butcher. Honestly, I was doing my work with all faith and all truthfulness, and I was serving my customers and taking care of my parents at home. As much as that lady, she was taking care of our family members with all love and concern. That is tapas. And what you do in the forest all alone sitting there is only insignificant compared to what we have done. Therefore, we know we have much more power than what you think. He was totally amazed. In this story, what is most important is dharma paripalana. Doing your duty itself is the great tapas. Being a householder, each one of you might know how many different challenges you have to meet. Taking care of your wife, your husband, taking care of various children and their problems and their things. When you do it as a duty, when you are doing it as a commitment in life, that is called swadharma. Whichever field of work you are doing, whatever be the activity, professional in which you are engaging in, completely being honest and committed, truthful, sincere to that work alone is sufficient. It is equal to 5 to 10 years of tapas, any tapas we does in the forest or in solitude. So Krishna says, when you are doing your work, don't compare your work with anybody else. Swadharme nidhanam sthita. Die in your duty. Paradharma bhayavaka. What is not your work, even if it is very attractive, is only going to cause fear to you. That's why he says, Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha. Even if your own work, like that of the butcher's work, compared to somebody else's work, it looks so low, isn't it? It looks so mean, so low in standard. But then he never felt it like that. This is my line of work. Whatever is given to me according to, see, during those times, the kind of profession a person took is based upon his family. If a father is a blacksmith or a goldsmith or a carpenter or a priest, the son naturally followed that. Because from the very young age he observed it, learned the skills from his own parents, And the atmosphere in which he or she grew up is also similar to that, and therefore they took to that vocation naturally. And they didn't find anything wrong in that. That's called the dignity of labor. Everybody is important, you see. In this very room, when you and I are sitting, do you know who puts on the chair here every day? Who cleans up the place? Without that, is it going to be easy for us to sit and do the discussion here? Is it not somebody is doing it? Is it a low level work? No, it is not. Because if he doesn't do, there will be a problem. See the world, the streets outside, are they clean? Who cleans it up? If they don't do it, it will be totally dirty and then smelling and all the, all the diseases will spread. Don't you think that is also a work to be accomplished? How do you say that it is low? In your own body, you like your food or not? Yes or no? But where is it? All the time on the ground. All the time on the dirt. And do you think it is dirty? It is not my feet. My foot? It's your own body. So in the world, there are many different work we see. But one does not mean one is greater than another. Equally, each one of them are important. In the Purusha Suktam, it's a beautiful composition in Rig Veda. It says, Brahmano Simukamasid Bahura Janyakradaha Uru Tatasayatvaishyaha Padhyagam Shudro Ajayata. The face of the Lord is the Brahmanas. The shoulder of the Lord is the warriors. The trunk of the Lord is the Kshatriya, the Vaishyas, the business people, and the feet of the Lord is the laborers. Can you live with one without the other? I don't want to feet anymore. Can you say that? How do you go? How do you move? Face is what people see, but it is served by all others, is it not? When your face is beautiful or healthy, it is because the entire body, the shoulders and the body and the feet, everything is working for that. This division of labor should not become a division of people. It's a work, and that needs to be accomplished by different people according to their skills, according to their abilities, according to their qualities. So, swadharma means what you are qualified for and what you are interested in. Together it has to go. Guna and karma. So when this is understood, even if you think that compared to something else, mine is mean, don't worry, do that. That's why he says, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha. Viguna means less in gunas. Api Paradharma than any other work. Shreyan Swadharmo Viguna Paradharma Suanushthitat. Even if you think that your own work is comparatively lower in standard compared to all others, even if you think that is what I need to do and jump to the other one, that is not going to purify your mind. Because the very fact you are jumping to something else means you have a desire for that. And I told you, kamya, desirable action, is going to add more dirt to your mind. Kartavya, what you are supposed to do, is going to purify. So this is to be understood properly. Whatever be your action, whatever be the field of action, be committed to that, be sincere, be truthful, and do your best in that. That will create the required atmosphere in your mind to be clean, and such a clean mind alone can meditate. So this is the secret of karma yoga. So Krishna advises Arjuna, you are a warrior, born warrior. You are born as a Kshatriya. And your duty is therefore to fight for your country. Doesn't matter, whatever be the result, do it. And that is what my advice is to you. And that is the reason why I am asking you to fight. That is the reason you are in the battlefield. See? So then Arjuna asks, if everybody does their duty, who will commit sin? Huh? If everybody is doing their duty, then there cannot be any disorderliness or unlawfulness in this world. Why do people then commit sin? What prompts them to commit sin? What prompts them to do violence in this world? So Krishna says, tomorrow only I can tell you. I overshot my time, so let's see that tomorrow. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaçcit dukkha bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So tomorrow is the last session of this series of talks. So we'll try to finish a few more verses. Yeah, you have an announcement. Please stay back for an announcement.
Tomorrow is Swamiji's last day of talks. According to Hindu tradition, if you think you have gained something from this knowledge, you can give, we call it Guru Dakshina. So if you feel like, if you wish to, you keep some envelopes, whatever you feel like, you can put it in there. And please put your name and address if you want to get the receipts for it. They'll send you from there. So, thank you.
Stop request.